Rosie!
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
with Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? It's a rainy day today, so I'll begin with that. One rainy day. And then I'll draw the canal with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Oh, what a wet day. I put my socks out last night to dry and look at them, sopping wet. Oh, dear me. Now, if I look at my book, I might find somewhere with some shops and hopefully with a laundrette where I can get all my washing done. Well, I'm about here. If I go all the way down here, there's a place where some roads cross the canal. There are sure to be some shops there. Go up to the back, start the engine, and off I go.
Thanks, Duck! We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
I think if I go up here and see if I can find somewhere with a laundrette.
Fiscock said we're going down the canal that way to find a laundrette so we can wash our washing.
No, Rosie, it's too wet. Look at all the rain.
Splitter splatter in the rain. Here we go, it's wet again. Dribble, drabble down your nose. Soaks your shoes and wets your toes. Get your brolly, spread it out. We'll shelter till the sun comes out.
Rain, 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 rain. I'm drawing the rain, Rosie.
Oh, look, Jim, we've got so much dirty washing, our basket's full.
It's all right, Rosie. There's plenty of room in here to squash it down a bit.
No, poo, ponds. I'll sing you a song
About a pond.
a pond that tickles your nose.
Is it long or is it strong, this poggy old song?
It's a question that nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Why 10 little toes all stuck in a stocking stick? So shocking.
But they do.
Yes, they do.
Like a skunk.
In the shoe.
Oh,
poo.
Pooey poo poo poo.
Sit. Tied up. Get my laundry now. See if I can find a good place to get it washed, laundrette.
Hey, Rosie.
Yeah?
These are a lot of poggy old clothes. Let's go and wash them with Fish Dog.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
What a day.
Yes, nice to
Hello.
know today. Hello.
My name's John.
And my name's Jill. How do you do?
How do you do? Nice to meet you. Well, I've got a lot of washing, and the trouble is, I've never used a washateria before.
Well,
Because I live on a boat, you see, and I usually do it on land. It's
I'll be
such a
glad
lot
to
of-
help you then.
Oh, that's nice of you. Does it go in there?
Get all plug it all in there. Yes.
The whole lot?
Yes, the whole lot.
I'm sorry about the smell. I've been
Never
saving
mind.
it up a long time, you know.
All right.
Yeah, it's a bit pungy. Thank you very much. What next?
Now then, do you want it on a hot wash or a warm wash or a cold wash?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Which do you recommend?
I think warm would be the best.
Well, so that it doesn't shrink. Yes,
All right.
good.
And you also need your soap here. Close the lid.
Oh, just a minute before you start. I think I might have forgotten something. Can I have another?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Fish Dog's in there. What? Fish Dog.
Oh, I forgot my towels.
What are you
My
going to do?
overalls. Do you mind keeping an eye on it
Yeah,
whilst
go
I
ahead.
get
Go
them?
ahead and collect
I won't be
it.
long. I'll rush back to the boat.
Fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
Still raining.
You're going to get soaked.
Whoa.
Bye.
This is the laundrette, Jim.
Yeah. Come on. Ooh. Nobody's looking. These are funny televisions, Rosie. I don't like these programmes. Cool. Makes me go all dizzy-wizzy.
That's not a television noggin. It's got all clothes inside of it.
Oh. Well, why do they go roundy, roundy, round?
Well, it's got to whiz out all the dirt, silly.
Oh. Dizzy-wizzy washing day.
Whizzing all the dirt away.
Put them in and take them out.
And turn your trousers inside out.
Hey, Fish Dog's gone. Put our washing in.
With his washing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, I've got your smelly sock here.
Hey, don't forget your knickers.
Jim. Oh, this sock.
Oh, Rosie, Fish Dog's coming. Quick, quick.
Joe,
Yes.
you that?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I've got it.
Right.
It's still pouring outside.
Yes, I can see that.
Dreadful. Oh, this is the lot now.
That's everything. Are you
That's
sure?
absolutely everything,
Right,
yes.
let's shut the door then.
Absolutely certain.
Now we can get it on the way.
Let's start it off now.
And you need a £1 coin.
£1 coin.
That's right.
£1 coin?
You have a £1 coin?
Yes.
Smashing.
£1 coin.
Lovely.
Wizzy, 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 washing day.
Hurry up and we can go and play.
Wizzy, 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 whiz.
I think they're finished. Let's see if we can get them out. Collect lots of nice, lovely, clean washing. Oops. That looks a bit small. Where's the other one? Good gracious. What's happened?
He's found it.
Hey, he's got your sock.
Your knickers.
No, he hasn't. Oh, he has.
Help! Jill, can you help, please? Something happened to my washing. It shrunk. I think the water must have been too hot.
Quick, Fish Dog's gone. Is this? Oh, yeah, Rosie's. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
George
Fish
in,
Dog's.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Come on, Jim. All our washing's clean now.
Quick.
Oh dear.
Fuzzy face, fuzzy face.
Look at my washing.
What's wrong with it?
Shrunken. Tiny.
Tiny?
And the socks. Look at this. Oh,
There's nothing wrong with that one.
that looks all right, doesn't it? Well, it's another one somewhere.
Where?
I don't know. No, I think they're all right.
Yeah, they look okay.
Oh,
Doesn't seem
dear.
to be anything wrong.
Well, it stopped raining, so there's a chance for my washing to get dry now, especially as the wind started to blow a bit. But you know, there are two mysteries about this washing trip of mine. The first was that things shrunk very small, and now they've grown to normal size again. Look at my sock. The second mystery is there's only one sock hanging there. I took my favourite pair of red socks to the laundry, and now I've only got one. I don't know what's happened to the other one.
Rosie, look at this sock. It's got all big.
Yes, the Wizzy washer stretched it.
It won't fit on my little feet now.
No?
Anyway, there's only one sock here.
Oh, yeah, and socks usually come in pairs, don't they? Like this. 1, 2. Two socks. But Jim, one hat would do. That's nearly big enough to be a hat.
Because I've only got one head.
One head.
What's that doing there? It's my sock. What are you doing with my sock, eh? Oh. It is. My favourite red sock. Oh, I'm glad to have that back.
Oh, Rosie, it was Fizzgog's sock.
Here we are. My favourite red pair of socks. Back together again. Nice and clean and the right size. What a funny old day it's been today.
He's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One rainy day, Rosie and Jim were going along in their boat, and there was such a pong. "Pooh, what's that pong?" said Jim. "It's your dirty sock," said Rosie. "It's jumped out. Quick, catch it." It ran this way and that way. And Rosie and Jim ran after it, but they couldn't catch it. "No wonder there's a pong," said Rosie. "Our basket's full of pongy, dirty washing." They went to the laundrette and pushed all their dirty socks and knickers and things in a washing machine. They went whizzy whizzy round and round and came out clean. But some were much too little and some were much too big, and Jim still only had one red sock. Back on the boat, Duck had a new hat. A funny hat, a pongy red hat. "My sock," said Jim. He popped it in the sink and washed it clean and hung it out to dry next to his other sock. Back together at last. "A nice clean pair of red socks," said Jim. "About time," said Rosie.
Rosie.
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Rosie.
Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life, and I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a cloudy day, so I'll start with that. One cloudy day. And then I'll draw the canal with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. It's a bit chilly this morning. I'll get my life jacket on. That'll keep me warm. I've got my stoves lit on the boat today to keep it warm inside. The only trouble is, I've run out of coal to keep them burning. So I'll have to get some more somewhere, won't I? Now, my book says that just along here, there's an old coal mine you can visit, deep underground. Well, that should be good for a story. And I might be able to buy some coal as well. So I'll get the engine started and on my way.
Thanks, Doc. We're moving, Rosie.
where are we going to, Jim?
Quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack.
Jim, we're going down a coal mine.
A coal mine?
Yeah?
You mean we're going to go all the way along the canal to find where coal comes from?
Yes, to put on our fire.
Oh, good, 'cause I'm chilly. There's not much left in there, Rosie.
Nope.
It's coal, a lump of black rock.
It's a lump of black dirty rock.
Why, what are you laughing at?
Look at yourself in the mirror, Noggin.
Oh, look at my nose. It's all dirty. Rosie,
Yeah?
coal's not much good for drawing with, Rosie.
Noggin, you're not supposed to draw with it. It's for burning. It makes lots of smoke.
Oh, does the smoke go all the way up there, out to the chimney?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a smoky old morning this morning. Well, a smoky town. My boat's making smoke to keep me warm from the fire. And the factories up there, they're smoking. That's smoking, where all the people are working, making things. And there's a bit of smoke from the engine of my boat as well. This is the old mine that I was telling you about, where you can go and visit. It's a place where they used to get coal from under the ground. There's a huge bucket here, and they filled it with coal under the ground, and then they pulled it up with this long, long wire that goes right up over a huge wheel. And that's how they got the coal up from under the ground. When it came to the top, they put it in little carriages that ran on these rails to bring it out to where they had to sell it. But I'm going to go now and look underground to see how they dug the coal out.
What did he say? Where are we going?
We're going under the ground.
Hello, I'm John.
Hello, my name's Andy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You know, I'd really love to see the mine underground. Is that possible?
Yes, certainly. You're going to need a helmet, John.
I hope you've got one big enough for my big head.
Think just about.
Right.
We don't want you to bang your head.
No, that wouldn't do at all.
One for myself, and you will also need a lamp. That's so that you can see in the dark.
Thank you. Off we go.
What did he say? Oh, yeah. Hat so I don't bang me head.
Yeah, and the light on so I can see in the dark.
Which way is it, Rosie?
This way.
Oh, this way. Which way? That way.
This way.
Ow!
Right, this is where we start going underground, is it?
It is. Mind your head. It's a little bit low here, John.
Oh, it is, isn't it? My goodness.
We're going to go down passageways
Yeah.
until we come to the coal. This is just rock we're in at the moment.
Oh, yes, yeah. So, what is coal, really?
Coal is a special kind of rock that's very deep under the ground.
Ah, that's why you've got to have these deep tunnels to get to it.
That's right, and it's a special kind of rock that burns.
Yeah, right, it's magic.
Oh, Rosie, we're going down deep, deep, deep into a magic place.
Oh, I don't like it, Jim. It's getting dark and it's getting stuffy.
We have to go down deep, deep, deep till we get to the coal, Rosie.
Oh, Jim.
It's all right, Rosie. I'm here.
Mind your step, John.
I will, yeah. Okay. Oh, goodness. We're really deep underground now, aren't we?
We are deep underground now, John.
Yeah.
We're underneath all those rocks that we saw earlier, and we've reached the coal.
Ah, all round here.
All around us.
Like a layer in a cake.
It is. It's called a seam, John.
A seam of coal. And what about these chaps here? These are not alive, are they?
No, they're models, John. And we have them here because we have people visit the mine, such as yourself,
Yeah.
and we'd like them to see how mining was done many years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Under the ground like a rabbit or a mole. Here we go digging for the mucky black coal. Hard work, this, isn't it, Rosie? They're not working very fast, are they, Rosie?
Well, that's because they're models, Noodle Pape.
Digging for coal in the magic wizard's cave. Digging for coal, we're strong and brave. Right, get some coal, put it in your bag. Yeah. 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Nowadays, we have machines, but it's still a very, very dangerous job.
I can imagine that, yes. Oh, what's this? Huh?
This is the hole that goes up to the surface, John.
Oh, and I see it's got a chain in it. And
It has.
a lot of coal.
That's right. That chain takes the coal up to the surface.
Oh, Rosie, that must be how they whiz the coal all the way up to the outside again.
Put it in the tub and whiz it to the top. Send it to the world and sell it in a shop.
Phew, I'm glad to be out in the daylight again. I didn't like it underground.
How much coal did we get, Rosie?
Oops. It's a good thing I had the helmet on, isn't it?
It certainly is, John.
That was very interesting.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Really, really good visit. Oh, I just thought of something, talking of coal. I need some for the boat. Is there anywhere I could get some coal?
There certainly is. As you leave, John, you can pick some up off the bank just outside.
Oh, thanks
Help
very
yourself.
much. That's lovely. I've got a really good load of coal here for the boat. Keep me warm on winter nights.
More coal, please, Mida Rosie.
Okay. Under the ground like a rabbit or a mole. Here we go digging for the mucky black coal. Okay.
Put it in the pot and whiz it to the top. Send it to the world and sell it in a shop.
nearly forgot. Get the sack onto the boat. There we are. Take the trolley back now to the people who loaned it to me. It was very kind of them.
Rosie, he's gone again.
That means we can play coal mines again.
Hey, we got lots of coal now, Rosie.
Ooh, lots of Fisgog's coal. Under the ground like a rabbit or a mole.
Here we go, digging for the dirty black coal. Put it in a pot
And whiz it to the top. Send it to the world and sell it in a shop.
Oh, put it in Fisgog's sack. He's coming back again.
Oh, quick!
Well, I have lots of ideas for my stories now. But first, I'll stoke the stove up, get it really warm. Oh, there's no coal in the hob. Where's it gone to? I'm sure I filled it up. Didn't I make a mess bringing it in? And look at Rosie and Jim. They've got coal dust all over their faces. I don't know. Never mind. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One cloudy day, Rosie and Jim came to a funny place. A notice said, coal mine. What's that? Said Jim. I don't know, Fistpot, said Rosie. Let's go and find out. They went into a tunnel under the ground. I feel like a rabbit, said Jim. Have I got furry ears? No, noggin, said Rosie. But you have a mucky face. There was a wizard under the ground. He gave them a piece of magic stone. It's cold and mucky, said Rosie. And black, said Jim. It'll keep you warm on a frosty night, said the wizard. Never, said Jim. But they took it anyway. Then it was time to go home for tea. And when the black stone was safely in the stove, little fire demons came and danced on it, and it made the boat lovely and warm. That wizard was right, said Rosie. Magic, said Jim.
Rosie. Rosie and Jim, tugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a news story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie. Rosie and Jim, tugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag.
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books. and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a cloudy day, so I'll start with that. One cloudy day. And now I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Life jacket on. I'm on a river today, and it's the River Avon. I'm going along this very bendy bit, all round the town of Evesham, and I want to go right up here and round another big bend till I get to a farm park. And I'm sure I'll get lots of ideas for stories there, so I'll get the engine started and cast off along the way.
Thanks, Duck. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
When I get to the park, I hope to see lots of animals.
Jim, did he say we were going to a farm park?
He said we're going to go all the way along the river until we get to a farm park.
Oh, have I got my bag? Because you never know what you might find.
Look out over there and see what you can see.
Oh, okay.
Ah, there's some grass being cut.
What can we see, Rosie?
Grass having a grass cut. Grass having a grass cut. Grass having a grass cut. And that's what we can see.
There's a horse having its hair cut with electric clippers.
What can we see, Jim?
A horse having a haircut. A horse having a haircut. A horse having a haircut. And that's what we can see.
Reminds me, I could do with a trim for my beard.
What can we see, Rosie?
Fizzgog needs a beard cut.
Fizzgog needs a beard cut.
Fizzgog needs a beard cut.
And that's what we can see.
I've been growing some cress to put in my sandwiches. It's doing very nicely. I'll soon be able to cut it with my scissors and have a nice cress sandwich for my tea. Looking forward to that.
What can we see, Jim?
Cress having a cress cut.
Cress having a cress cut.
Wah, wah,
All right, Duck, here you are.
wah.
The
Cress having a cress cut. And it's very, very yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
It's scrummy.
In my tummy.
What's this? Sheep shearing? Demonstration in the large barn. I'd like to see that. They must be going to cut the wool off some sheep.
He's gonna cut some wool off some sheep. Come on, Rosie. Follow Fizzgog to the sheep.
Oh, wait. What sheep? What sheep?
Hey, look over there.
Oh, those sheep. Jim, they've got curly-whirly coats on.
Yeah, I told you, Rosie. He's going to go and gonna cut all those curly-whirly coats all off. Bah. All off. Bah, bah, bah.
Oh. Oh, Jim, look. Look at that. That little baby one. He's having a drink from his mum.
Yeah. Hey, and look. That mummy sheep's had her coat all cut off.
Yeah. The baby one's too little to have his coat cut off.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm John.
Oh, hello.
How do you do? May I have a close look?
Yes, sure.
Tell me, why do you shear sheep?
Because during the summer it gets hotter and it's tough on the sheep, so it gets it off.
Oh, so you cut the wool off to keep the sheep nice and cool on a hot day. Does it hurt the sheep at all when it's being shorn?
No, it doesn't.
No. Oh, that's good. It seems quite happy. It's been lying there and quite happy whilst it had its hair cut.
Hey, Jim, she likes it. She's not so hot now.
Yeah. Hey, Rosie, my hair's a bit long. I could do with a short back and sides.
You're not a sheep, Goblin.
I am. Bah, bah, bah.
And what happens to the wool after it's been cut off?
Well, once we finish shearing, we tip it upside down, fold the edges in and roll it up into a nice tight bundle.
Ah.
Then it's taken away to the mill and spun for carpets or woolly jumpers.
Hey, he's just said that's wool.
What is?
Sheep's hair.
Ah, it's made into woolies.
Yes.
Like the one I've got on. So it's good for me as
Yeah.
well. It's good for the sheep.
Yeah.
Good for both of us.
Jim, Fisgog's woolly jumper came from.
Woolly sheep.
I wonder if I could see another one being shorn.
Yes, sure.
You
We'll
got
go,
another?
we'll go and get one.
Take this one away.
All right. There you go. Hold up.
Bah, 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 bah.
Right, Baba. Jim Sheep, I'm going to cut off all your wool.
Oh, no, you're
Here
not.
I am. Snippety, snippety, snip.
Bah,
Snippety, snippety, snip.
bah,
Snippety, snip, snip.
bah, bah,
Ba, ba, ba.
bah, bah, bah.
Got you.
It's off my foot. Oh, no.
Snippety, snippety, snip. The hair fell off with a clip. When your hair grows long,
You sing this song.
snippety, snippety, snip.
It's all chilly without my hair on.
Yeah.
Bah, bah. Quack, quack. Duck is quacking his quacky song.
Time for home.
We've stayed too long.
Come on.
Well, thank you for letting me watch. Goodbye.
If Fisgog grew hair all over his body, then he'd be very funny, and he'd have to go to a farm to have a haircut.
So would you, woolly pot. Look, Rosie, I've made a picture of him.
Gobbin, you've missed off his very long beard.
Oh.
I could stick that on. There. I've got some glue. Here. And I collected some curly-whirly wool. There. There. There's his head and there's his big beard. Fisgog's coming.
We've played too long.
Come on.
What are you doing with my crest duck? Ah, lovely. Lovely crest sandwich, just what I need. Oh dear, my whiskers are getting mixed up with the crest. Not very nice. I think I'll have to give them a trim. feel like a sheep eating all this green stuff. Got a mirror over here. That's what I need. I'll pop that up there on the knob. Better spread the cloth out to catch the bits. Now then, let's have a good flip. You know, whiskers grow just like hair, except they're on their face. Well, you wouldn't like to be eating your own hair, would you? Not very comfortable. That's better. I'll be able to eat my sandwiches now without biting my whiskers. That gives me an idea for a story all about Rosie and Jim and the things they could have got up to if they could come to life. So now I'll write my story all about Rosie and Jim in my book. One cloudy day, Rosie and Jim were chugging along on the old rag doll when they came to a farm. They saw a little bridge over a stream. They were just going to cross it when a great hairy troll jumped out at them. "Get off my bridge," he shouted, "or I'll gobble you up." "Ooh," said Rosie, "what a noggin." So they went back to the farm. The sheep were being sheared. "I know what to do," said Jim. Jim put some wool over him. "Bah, bah," said Jim. "Oh, you clever noggin," said Rosie. "Is there one to fit me?" Rosie wrapped a fleece round herself. Rosie sheep and Jim sheep crept up to the troll's bridge. The troll jumped out. "Get off my bridge," shouted the troll. "No rag dolls on my bridge." "Bah, bah," said Ragdoll Rosie sheep. "Bah, bah," said Ragdoll Jim sheep. "Are you real sheep?" said the troll. "Bah," said Rosie and Jim. "Then you may cross my bridge," said the troll. Rosie and Jim crossed the troll's bridge. They left the wool for the farmer to collect and went home for their tea.
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a fine day, so I'll start with that. One fine day. And now I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Get my life jacket on. That's it. And I'll have a look at my book. My book says down here I can go and see some falcons in a country park. That sounds like a good place to find ideas for a story. So I'll get the engine started and on my way.
Quack, 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 quack. Thanks, Doc. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
I'm looking forward to seeing the falcons. They're such unusual, big birds.
Here we go, Jim. We're off to see some special big birds.
You mean we're going all the way down here just to see some birds?
Big birds with lots of feathers.
But we see birds with feathers every day,
But these are special.
like duck.
Yeah.
Special birds get hungry, Rosie. Your turn.
Well, I did it last time.
You didn't.
Oh, all right then. Duck, look. Oh, some for you. Okay, and some for you. You want some more? One more. Oh, you're our special bird. Oh. Bye. Jim, you'll get fat.
I won't. I'm a ragdoll, Rosie. Only children grow bigger.
Those children are feeding that swan as well. Jim, there's a swan eating some bread.
Hey, Rosie. The more it eats, the bigger it grows. From the end of its tail to the tip of his nose.
Gobbin! Swans don't have noses.
No, they have beaks, don't they? Wah!
Ah, this is the place to moor for the country park. My book says they have special birds called falcons there. I'll go in and have a look.
Come on, Jim, or we'll get left behind.
Look, Rosie. Birds can fly high, high up in the sky.
Yes, but Fizzgog's going to see some special birds. Come on.
Well, it's a beautiful bird. Of course, this isn't the sort of bird people would find flying down in their gardens, is it?
No, not at all.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautifully smooth feathers. That's...
Come from abroad.
Jim, Fizzgog says that these big birds never go in your garden.
No, you only see them in special places, Rosie. I can hear some bells ringing. Can you, Rosie?
And you notice now, of course, how the bells sound.
Yes,
So that
yes.
if she does happen to go off, then of course we can find her again. So of course she's coming back for just a small reward each time.
Yes. She's really enjoyed that, didn't she?
That's right. Would you like to try?
Well, I would, yes.
Yes?
Right. A new experience.
Let's just put her on the perch.
I suppose I'll need a glove.
You'll
won't
need
I?
a glove, yes.
Certainly.
Look, this gog's having a go now.
There it is.
It's all
That's,
right
no,
like
that's
that.
okay there. So we can just show her.
Do I need to hold my hand?
KJ!
Good bird. Good girl. Good girl. Can feel how heavy you are now.
That bird's got lots of feathers, not like Duck on our boat. Oh, here's a big feather. Jim, these feathers are all tickly-wickly.
Rosie, they're all tickly-wickly because they're from those special big birds.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful bird, and she's got a hat on, I see.
That's right. This is, of course, what we call the falcon's hood. It's a very important piece of equipment. And the reason for the hood is so that the bird will sit nice and steady. Because, of course, what I've done, I've blindfolded her. If we put our hands over our eyes, then, of course, we can't see what's happening.
Yes.
And so she'll sit nice and steady.
Rosie, that bird's got a hat on.
With a tickly-wickly feather on top.
I see that this bird's being weighed on the scales, is that right?
That's right. I need to know that when I actually fly the bird that he's going to return to me. And if he's too fat, of course, all he'd want to do is to sit in a tree and rest.
Oh, it'd be just too heavy.
That's right.
Oh, I see. And if he's too thin,
If he's too thin, of course, he would probably be too weak and he wouldn't be able to fly very well anyway.
wouldn't be strong enough, so he's got to be really fit.
That's right.
Jim, I wish I could fly high up in the sky.
Yeah, high up in the clouds.
So it's quite a small bird compared with some of the others that you have. Can it fly very high?
Yes, indeed. Though it's a small bird, it's very, very strong and it can fly right up, well, sometimes into the clouds and disappear.
Really?
Yes.
Marvellous. Wish I could do that.
Right. Well, this one is a little bit too heavy to fly yet, so I'll put him back on his perch.
Good.
Now we're using a very special falconer's knot, because of course I've only got one hand that I can actually use to tie it up.
I think I should learn that knot for tying my boat up.
That's right.
Be very
yeah.
useful.
Of course, also the hood, I have to use my fingers and my teeth.
Oh, yes, yeah. To loosen it.
Thanks, Duck.
Lovely duck. Tickly-wickly bird, lots of feathers on my bird. Tickly-wickly
More
bird.
feathers, please, Rosie.
Okay, there. One for you. da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tickly-wickly. There, I'm busy now with my bird.
More feathers, please, Rosie.
Oh, Jim, I'm busy. Rosie! This is the last one. There. Up we go. That's it. And stick the last feather on there. Oh! Jim! I finished my teeny tiny tickly wiggly bird.
Rosie!
Yeah? I'm coming.
I finished my tickly bird too, Rosie. Rosie?
Yeah?
Tickly wiggly wiggly wiggly.
Stop it!
Rosie! Tickly bird's tickling his tickly song.
Buzzcocks coming.
We've tickled too long.
I really love seeing those birds. I'm sure they'll give me lots of ideas for stories. But what's happened to Duck? He's covered all over in feathers. I don't know. Never mind. I'll get on with my story.
He's coming.
I have lots of ideas now for my Rosie and Jim stories. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One fine day, Rosie and Jim were chugging along on the old rag doll when they came to a great forest. In the middle of the forest, Jim said, "I want to go home." "Noggin," said Rosie, "I don't know the way." "We are lost," said Jim. They sat down under a tree. The wind blew and the tree dropped its leaves on them. "It's a tickly-wickly tree," said Rosie. Then the birds came and dropped feathers on them. "More tickly-wicklies," said Jim. "We're like the babes in the wood." "It's time for the kind woodcutter to come," said Rosie. "And take us to his log cabin for bacon and eggs," said Jim. There was no woodcutter, but there was a huge bird. It flew down and picked Jim up in its claws. "Help!" said Jim. "Don't gobble me up." The bird didn't eat Jim. It took him home. Then it came back for Rosie. What a fright it gave Duck. "Give it some meat," said Rosie, "to say thank you."
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a news story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag.
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim, Rosie and Jim, and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a cloudy day, so I'll start with that. One cloudy day. And now, I'll draw the river with my two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So, I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now, I'll be on my way. It's quite cool on the river today, so I've got my woolly on. And I'm putting my life jacket on as well. My book says that if I go along here, I'll come to the town of Evesham, and near there is a woolen mill. Well, that sounds like a good place to go on a chilly day. So it's time to start the engine and cast off.
Thanks, Doc. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
Oh, there's a man knitting. Now, that must be handy. You know, I wish I could knit new things to wear, because my woolly, it's got holes in it, and it's a bit drafty when the wind blows.
Did he say he's feeling chilly, Rosie?
I think he's going somewhere to warm up.
Oh, look at those sheep. We've had a wool cut to make woolly jumpers for somebody.
Did you hear that? He was on about wool.
And knitting, Fizzpot knit not. I can knit, you know.
No, you can't, Noggin.
Can't. It's easy. All you need is some wool and some knitting sticks.
Knitting sticks? What are you going to knit then?
I'm going to knit poor cold Fizzgog a nice new jumper.
Well, I hope you've got plenty of wool, because he's a very big person.
Ah, the sign, woolen mill. Now, that looks like a really interesting place to go. And they might have some new jumpers for sale. Or some wool to knit one. I think I'll stop there anyway.
Oh, Rosie, why is he stopping?
He said that we're going to a mill, a woolen mill.
We can get some balls of wool!
Fizzgog's off up the hill.
Oh, yeah.
He's following those sheep signs.
It's a long way to this woolen mill. Ah, here's a sign. I must be going the right way.
Oh, I'm all of a puff. Oh, dear. It's a bit dark and spooky in here. I'm not scared. Well, only a bit. Do you think dragons live in here? I mean, dragons must live somewhere, mustn't they? Oh, dear. No, look. Rosie's over there. And Fizzgog, She's just over there. No, I'm not scared. No, no, no. Come on, Jim. Now, I wonder what's round here. Great big curly horns. Help! It's going to gobble me up!
What's going to gobble you up?
A great big dragon with great big curly horns!
That's a sheep, Jim. Sheeps don't eat chips, they eat grass.
Rosie, it's got great big curly horns.
That doesn't mean it's a dragon just because it's got horns. Look, Jim, it's a sheep. It's eating grass and everything. Look. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should follow Fizzcog now. Come on.
Ah, woolen mill. This might be the place where I can get some wool to mend the holes in my poor old woolly, or even get a new woolly. I'll go and have a look. What a lovely place. All this wool in beautiful colours. Got to mind my head. Hello, I'm John.
Hello, I'm Richard.
Nice to meet you. This is a beautiful place you have here.
Well, there's plenty of colours.
There are. I love that blue over there.
Well, there's blues or golds or greens, ivories, greys with glitters in, pieces with other colours in as well.
They're gorgeous. But
Do you
I'm
like?
I'm looking for some wool, you see, because I've got these big holes in my arms, and I thought I might be able to mend them.
Well, I really think you need a new jumper.
I think you're right as well. That's a good idea. But what I wonder about is, how do you make these lovely balls?
Well, they're wound down this way. Do you want to come and have a look?
I'd love to.
Come on.
Thank you.
Now, this is our ball winder. We've got green on there and some blue.
Rosie, what's that machine doing?
It's winding all the wool round and round.
Oh, it's making balls of wool.
So that's how balls of wool are made.
Well, that was a quick piece of winding.
Oh, it's very fast. We do wind a lot on here.
And I like that green. Really nice. I'd love a jumper in that colour.
Right, well, I'll take you to Anne, and she'll design one for you and show you how to knit it.
Lovely, thank you.
White wool
Yellow wool, blue,
and green.
the softest wool we've ever seen.
White wool
Yellow wool, blue,
and green.
the softest wool we've ever seen.
Hello, Anne.
Hello, John.
I see that you're very busy knitting there, and I've just chosen some wool because I want to knit myself a new woolly, because this one's all in holes. The trouble is that I've forgotten how to knit. Such a long time since I did it. I wonder if you can show me.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much. Now, the thing is to get it in the right place, isn't it? Right, where do I begin?
Put your first needle through the first stitch.
Through the stitch, yes.
Wrap the wool over the needle.
Yes.
Pull the needle back and slip
Yeah.
the stitch off.
Slip the stitch. Oh,
That's
I've made a
it.
stitch.
White wool
Yellow wool, blue,
and green.
the softest wool we've ever seen.
White wool
Yellow wool, blue,
and green.
the softest wool we've ever seen. Cuddly, snuggly, keep us warm, then the cold will do no harm.
Oh, Jim! Duck is quacking his quacky song!
Time for home! It stayed too long!
Come on!
Round, needle back through, stitch off the end.
That's
And
it.
that's it. Thank you very much. It isn't as hard as I thought it might be. I'll go back to my boat now and practice.
OK.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's great. I bought some lovely wool. I'll get back to the boat now.
I don't think you can really knit, Noggin.
I can.
Can't,
I can.
can't, because you said you were going to make Fizgog a jumper?
I have. Look.
That's not a jumper. That's a nitty-knotty dragon.
A dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Jim met a dragon up on a hill, got some wool and went to a mill.
Dragon was a sheep that came round a tree, gave Jim a fright and made him flee.
Jim met a dragon up on a hill, got some wool and went to a mill.
Dragon was a sheep that came round a tree, gave Jim a fright and made him flee.
I can't wait to make a start on knitting my new jumper.
Rosie, quick! Quickly, come in.
I won't start my knitting yet because I've got lots of ideas for my Rosie and Jim story. So now I write my story all about Rosie and Jim in my book. One cloudy day, Rosie and Jim were chugging along on the old rag doll right out in the countryside. Jim went up a hill to see what he could see. He went into a little wood. He heard something coming, stamping on the ground. It came round a tree. He saw two curly-whirly horns. He saw two shiny eyes. He saw big sharp teeth. "Help!" shouted Jim. "Help, a dragon!" And he ran for his life all the way down the hill. Rosie put her arms round him and he was safe. "Where's this dragon?" said Rosie. The dragon came out of the wood. It said, "Ba, ba." "It's not a dragon," said Rosie. "It's a sheep." "A sheep," said Jim. There were more sheep coming out of the wood. "Lots of sheep," said Rosie. "They won't eat you. They only eat grass." "I thought it was a dragon," said Jim. "It's covered in fluffy stuff." "Wool," said Rosie. "That's what it is." When they went home, Rosie and Jim knitted warm woolly scarves for themselves. A blue one for Rosie, a green one for Jim.
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, tugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. The end.
Jim!
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, tugging along on the old rag doll. Rosie and Jim, and John, he steers the boat. We go to play and have a look
With Rosie's bag,
Jim's drawing book. The world drifts by the window frame, and Rosie and Jim, we play our games. Rosie and Jim, finding stories every day. Rosie and Jim,
Rosie and Jim and John, he writes them down.
Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you. I'm making a new one just now. It's all about Rosie and Jim. They're my two rag dolls that I have on the boat. I like to pretend that they come to life. And I get ideas for the stories about them from the things I see as I travel on my boat. What shall I put in my story today? Well, it's a fine day, so I'll begin with that. One fine day. And then I'll draw the river with two blue pens, like this. And my boat is just here. So I'll put this picture of it on the book to show the place. And now I'll be on my way. Right, I'll get my life jacket on. And today, I'm going to find something really interesting to put into a story, because my book says that if I go along here a little way, I'll find a windmill, and that's really unusual. So I'll get the engine started and on my way.
Thanks, Duck. We're moving, Rosie.
Where are we going to, Jim?
Now, at this windmill, I can buy some flour to make some bread.
Skog said he's going to take us to a bread place.
That's good, isn't it, Rosie? Because we use up lots of Fiskog's bread.
That looks good. It makes me feel really hungry. Do you know, I don't know where all the bread goes to on this boat. There wasn't even enough to make me a sandwich this morning.
Quack, quack, little duck, come for your bread. Dabble in the water, now you're fed.
I can just see the windmill over there. That's the place where I can get some flour to make some bread. It'll be a good walk. Oh, a field full of wheat. That's what they make flour from. It's just about ripe. And I don't think the farmer will mind if I just take one piece, just to have a close look. And I'm going to rub it in my hands and have a good look. I could make bread with this, if I could turn it into flour. I'll get on my way to the windmill now.
What a noggin. This doesn't look like bread, Rosie.
No, bread comes from shops.
Quick, let's follow Fiskog.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How do you do?
Hello.
My name's John.
I'm Max. I'm the miller here.
Oh, you're the miller?
Yes.
Just the man I want to see. I've been collecting some sample of wheat as I came along through the field.
Yes, so that's a nice sample. A little bit of chaff in there, but we can soon winnow that away with the wind.
So what do these sails do?
Well, they catch the wind, and that drives round the sails, which turns the machinery within the mill.
Oh, I see. These sails go round and wheels go round inside.
They do.
And change wheat into flour.
Into fine wholemeal flour.
I'd love to see that.
Why don't you come and have a look inside?
Thank you very much.
What did he say, Jim?
I think he said he'd turn this wheat stuff into flour.
What? Inside the windmill? Huh? Jim, what makes it go round?
He said it was the wind that blows it round.
The old windmill is turning round, round and round, round and round. The old windmill mill is turning round, blowing in the wind.
Blowing it round.
Your windmill.
Oh, John, the wheat's now coming down the spout and into the hopper.
Oh, yes. And where does it go to next?
From then on, it feeds into the millstones, and rather like these stones, the wheat is cut up between the top stone and the bottom stone, and that turns it into fine wholemeal flour.
Oh, I see.
If we go downstairs, we can see it coming into the mill.
I'd love to see that. And here we've got a nice sack of wheat, just like the wheat that I found in the field.
Yes, that's a good local wheat, which has been harvested, taken into the barn, given a good walloping, then into the granary to dry, and now it's in a cracking good condition. It's ready for the mill.
And it's inside the mill, ready to go upstairs, I believe, is
Yes,
that right?
this is where we use the power of the wind again. By putting the sack into the miller's grip, we can take it up through the floors.
Oh, goody! Lots more stuff.
Rosie, I think this stuff is the same stuff we found in the field. It's all nice and nibbly-nobbly.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jim, look down there a minute. Look down there, look. Look.
Rosie, you noggin. It's all nibbly-nobbly down my neck now.
Tickly.
That won't slip. And then we pull the rope, and away it goes.
Leave it now. Whoa! That's the
Where are you now, Max?
I'm up on the gallery, John, at the top of the mill.
Uh-huh. And what are you up to?
Well, the sack of wheat's come up, and I'm going to tip it in the bin,
Yes.
and then it'll feed down through the millstones.
And I'll see it coming down.
You will indeed.
Righto.
Jim, get it up.
Ready, Rosie? Yeah.
Up. Up. Pull it up.
In the box now. Okay, Rosie. Rosie?
Yeah?
This old mill has missed and smished all that wheat into flour.
Flower. It looks like snow.
Rosie,
Yeah?
does it feel like snow?
Oh, noggin! Yes, it feels like snow. Oh, quick! Fiscock's coming, quick!
Oh, look at this. Those look like footsteps across there. And they can't be ours because they're far too small.
Yes, and they're far too large for mice. And they've made a terrible mess.
They have, haven't they?
Still, we'll soon clear that up.
Could I buy some flour before I go?
Yes, I'll be only too pleased to
Thank
serve
you.
you with some. Well, there you are, John. I hope that will make some lovely bread.
Shall we, Jim?
Goodness me.
What's going on?
Snowing flour, isn't it?
It can't be those mice.
Oh, goodness me. Is it the wind in the top of the bell or something?
Something up there.
I don't know. Anyway, thank you for a lovely look round.
Right, well, it's a pleasure. You've been very welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Jim, this is how Fiscock makes bread, you know.
He's been busy, hasn't he, Rosie?
Yeah.
Mix the flour, baker, Rosie.
Knead the dough, baker, Jim.
Pat it and shape it and squishy, squidgy. And pop in the oven for Ducky and me. Mix the flour, baker, Rosie.
Knead the dough, baker, Jim.
Pat it and shape it all squadgy squidgy, and pop in the oven for Ducky and me.
Right, I'll get my bread in the oven now. Let's have a look at it. Oh, look at that one. It looks like a duck, doesn't it? It's a funny shape. Anyway, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, and a duck. That makes 5. Careful with the hot oven. And it goes. Well, that'll take about half an hour to bake. I know what I'll do whilst it's baking. I'll go and get some honey to eat with it. That'll be lovely.
Pat a cake, Rosie?
Yeah!
Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me some bread as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with D, and pop in the oven for Ducky and me.
Fizzcock's coming, we've pat the cake too long. Come on, Jim.
I've got a lovely jar of honey. Hot brown bread and honey, that's what I'm looking forward to. Lovely. Now then, hey, only 3? I'm sure I had 4 rolls. 1, 2, 3 and a duck. Strange. A little bit of honey. And then I can give it a try. Delicious. That's given me a really good idea for a story, so I'll get on with it. And now I'm going to write in my book the story all about Rosie and Jim and what they would have got up to if they could have come to life today. One fine day, Rosie and Jim were travelling along on the old rag doll when they saw a big whizzy thing far across the fields. "There's a giant waving to us," said Rosie. "Let's go and see," said Jim. It wasn't a giant, it was a windmill with great sails whizzing round and round. There was a man in it. "The man in the wind," said Rosie. The man in the wind gave them a bag of flour. "Mix it with water," he said, "and make anything you like." They made a little house with chairs and tables. The house began to grow until it was so big that Rosie and Jim could go into the house and sit at the table. "Let's have a party," said Jim. A duck came and brought his friends. There was a cow, a sheep, a dog and a cat. They were all hungry. "What shall we eat?" said Jim. "Noggin," said Rosie. "There's nothing in the cupboard." The cow ate the walls, the sheep ate the chairs, the cat ate the chimney. "It's all bread, Noggins," said Rosie. Soon there was only a pile of crumbs for the little birds that flew down. "That's the end of our magic house, Fizzpot," said Rosie. Rosie and Jim went home to their boat. That was made of steel. No one could eat that.
Rosie! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old rag doll.
I'm off now to see what I can find to make a new story for next time. So I'll say goodbye. Goodbye.